Hi, Gemini. This is Carrie Mubarak at wooingnature.life, and this is your afterthoughts for July, for your July reading. So, this is when I have some things that come to me after I get finished with your reading. Sometimes when I go back and I review the reading, there's something that really stands out for me, or I may have a little bit more that I want to share with you, or I want to expound on a little bit. I think we talked about the mouse spirit already, and I think I went into some in depth about this. Um, I feel like for you, though, for the month of July, this is a good place to be. Like, remember, I was saying that sometimes it can be about being myopic, like you're focusing too much on the details and not enough on the bigger picture. I feel like it's you want to be detail oriented right now. So let's honor the positive in the mouse and say that you are close to the ground, you are tunneling through, you are finding what you need, you are surviving. Um, you are using your tiny animal energy to maneuver right now. Okay. You don't have to be big and showy. You don't have to be um, the grizzly bear. You don't have to be the lion. You don't have to be the horse. You don't have to be the buffalo, the eagle. Right now, you're the mouse, and the mouse has just as much um, power as any other animal when you think about what the mouse has going for it. Um, being small means you can move through different places that big things can't go. You can get through a lot of tight spaces and into a lot of tight spaces. So what is tight spaces? Places that people don't normally get to access. You may be able to access those places because you have just done your tunneling. You've done your work. You've done a little tunneling. You've done a little research, and now you know what's going on. So honor your mouse spirit in the month of July. I'm really fascinated by what's going on here with this earth teaching that you're getting and with the council. I think that the council, whatever you can learn about this, I want you to do that. It may be some downloads that are coming to you about this body, about this governing body. It's a universal governance and governing body. Um, and their intention is to bring change on planet Earth to make sure that the Earth remains balanced, that we remain balanced in it, and that our evolution collectively and individually is synced. And so I'm anticipating that the information that you're going to get is going to come through downloads from this council. I think that the council wants you to know, Gemini, that they're there. And there's this is associated with the number 11 in this card deck. 11s represents is a level of spiritual mastery. It's the point at which we do not break the numbers down again, but the number just stands on its own. Those are double numbers. Some of you guys are familiar with angel numbers, so 11, 11, 22, 22, 33, 33. They're all derivatives of the number 11, and the 11 is a spiritual number. So I feel like this may be the beginning for you of really understanding that there's something else beyond the physical eye, beyond your just what your hand can touch. And I know with Geminis, you all are air signs, and so air signs, things have to be logical and they have to make sense for you. Like, you have to be able to see it, feel it, touch it. It has to have evidence in order for it to be believable. The council is evidenced. It's evidenced in your legal system. It's evidenced in rules, order, any kind of rules and order that you have. Comes from some council or a council of some sort, whether it's the people that sit on your board of an organization, or whether it is the executive team at your company, or whether it's your parents, or, you and your partner, or you and your spouse that are running the household. Every time you see where there is a governing body that is making decisions on behalf of dot dot dot, then you're talking about the evidence that a council exists at on a greater level, or on a spiritual level, because nothing happens, or at least in our system of belief, nothing happens on earth without ordination from heaven. In other words, everything that happens here, there is evidence of such on a spiritual level. So now what you're learning is that there is an existence of such on a spiritual level, and they are going to start talking to you. So I wanted to prepare you for that, because I don't want you to think you're crazy. You're not crazy. Things are very open now. The spiritual gateways are open. There's some portals that have been closed, and then there were portals that were opened very recently. I'm going to say in the last 6 months to a year, or more, and those have been gradually opening over time. But since we have had the pandemic, there you can expect to have more of these kind of strange out of body experiences, could come through dreams, etc. But the main thing is that you begin to understand that it does exist. So this is the spiritual, and then this is the physical. This represents the earth. This is kind of like a strange earth being, I guess, in this card, but I'm focusing on earth itself, right? And so understanding the manifestation, again, as I said to you, that there is a council here, and then the representations of that. You will want to see in your waking life where you sit in relationship to this. In other words, do you report to a governing body? Are you a young person that lives in the home with their parents? Are you an employee that reports to a executive team? Or are you running your own company or business, and you're making decisions that then affect the bottom line, or affect your employees, or what have you? So depending on how you're perceiving this, or what your life experience is, you're going to see where your attention needs to be focused in July. But the attention here, and I believe this was in the north position, is the earth, and it is your teacher. So the earth is your teacher. The earth is going to school you. You are going to be receiving messages from the earth. It could be from rocks or trees, or being near water, but that's going to really awaken you to the other spiritual realm. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So it's a lot. It's a lot. This is a burgeoning period for you. This is the beginning. It's almost like the lights are just, flickering and cutting on. And you're going to see some things, Gemini, that you only heard about. And it's going to change your perspective. It's going to change your perspective, which to me kind of goes back to this. So like right now you're operating with mouse spirit. It may be